What is an insurable interest? This is a key requirement for most types of insurance contract. Pretty much anything that really carries the name insurance requires this element. So what it is, a person seeking coverage for a contingent event must have or suffer or incur some level of direct impact, whether it's damages, whether it's loss of opportunities, whatever. Okay. They have to suffer some type of identifiable harm based upon a specific occurrence. If they do suffer this foreseeable harm, all right, based on this occurrence, then they have an insurable interest in whatever they're covering. If it's property, then there generally has to be some indicia of ownership in the property. If it's a professional relationship with others, there must be something about the relationship that will be severed or cause harm to the individual in the event something happens to the relationship. Okay. In this way, this is actually the subject to a great deal of litigation, the extent to which someone has an insurable interest. Now, an insurable interest is not always required in these alternative contractual relationships that look very similar to insurance relationships, but actually go by a different name. And to give you an example, the credit default swaps that were so active as part of the mortgage meltdown crisis in 2007 and 2008, this was really similar to an insurance relationship in which once you had a default on these derivative instruments, the credit default swap called for basically an indemnification against loss based upon your investment in these derivative instruments. In the event these instruments went south, that they lost money, then you could actually swap your interest and receive payment based upon that contingent event occurring. Okay. As you can see, it's very similar in nature to a contract, but it doesn't go by the name like a contract for insurance, but it doesn't go under the name insurance. Anyway, just so understand this, but in most situations, insurance in its purest form requires the insured to have some form of insurable interest in whatever is protected in the event of a contingent risk, an identified occurrence.